Hello everyone, and welcome to this video of Cartomancy. I'm going to bring this down a little bit so you can actually see me here a little bit better. But tonight, I'd like to do a little bit of Cartomancy for you. For those of you who have not done any form of Cartomancy, or don't know what it's about, it is another form. It is basically the original name for tarot card readings. Cartomancy has been around since the 11th century. It became more popular around the 16th century and has continued to grow throughout pagan and Wiccan practices throughout the last 100 years. Okay. Maybe 200 years max. So, you hungry, baby boy? Go to the kitchen. It's on the counter. You kind of need to help him. Anyways, as I was saying, it's been more popular over the last 1 to 200 years with White, Eliphas Levi, Aleister Crowley, and such. Hello. Salute. 367. How are you doing? Now, I was asked today why I put age restriction on my pages as well. And I told this individual the reason I do age restriction is the same reason why in pagan and Wiccans communities they do not train or allow any form of witchcraft to commune with anyone underneath a certain age. You look at Hebrewism for an example. Their version of a man is the bar mitzvah, which normally takes place around puberty. So you consider even in Wiccan and pagan practices, they don't share their knowledge or their wisdom with anyone underneath 18 or juvenile state unless they have a firm grasp of what they're doing. For me, I do not train anybody underneath 16 years of age. And that's even with that, there's always the parental consent. And I do commune with the parents when I do that. So, and I do recommend that for any practitioner. It not only protects the parents and the children, but also you as the practitioner itself. Okay. Now, as for the age restriction format, it is more of the fact that what we discuss is more for the sound of mind, those who are adepts, able to practice and everything on their own. So, with a soul and sound understanding of what they're doing. Cool. Smoke one from me. See, another reason why it's age restriction. All right. So tonight I'm going to do a reading for everybody. And I've been deciding whether to do a 3. Yeah, what's this? You got apples?
Yeah. That's pears.
Oh, these are pears?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right. Can you put those over there, buddy? Go ahead. Thank you, buddy. Keep it straight. There you go. You don't want to spill it. All right. So, anyways. Yep. Pairs. We're trying to put him down for the night, so he just wants a midnight snack, which is good. He's got juice, he's got pears. He'll be good. He'll probably have some gummies in a little bit too, so. But anyways. So yeah, I've been discerning whether to do a one card read, which is a prophecy type read, or to do 3 cards. So I think I'm just going to do a 3-card read in this case. And I think that would basically benefit. One at a time, buddy. Small bites. Okay, small bites. Alright. So the deck that I'm using tonight is called the Ian Daniels deck. It is a vampire deck. Okay. In my opinion, it is one of the best decks out there. Easy to understand and touches on everything that you need. Mama's in the next room, baby boy.
No, Mama's in the potty.
So I like this deck because it was the first deck that ever connected with me. I now have 7 decks and 3 rune decks, and on top of that, 2 Ouija boards and scrying bowl, scrying mirror, pendulum, you name it, I've got it. I use all of them for different things. So, no, baby boy, put that down. You leave that alone. Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me see that. All right. So, but this is the one I always go to when I'm doing physical or spiritual workings, especially if you need clearance or clairvoyancy, something that will allow you to work through emotional blockages, something that's hindering you on a physical or emotional level. But it can also speak to you on spiritual levels as well. So.
Mama. Mama.
Yeah, that's Mama. All right. Now, the first 2 cards are in light aspect, and the third card is in shadow. Okay. The first card is the Hermit. Okay. Yeah, let's see if I can get a good view for you here. There we go. So you can get a clear view of the Hermit. All right. The second card is the Queen of Knives. Okay. And that's what she looks like, with the raven sitting just over the the right shoulder, rather. Okay. And I'm going to turn this one upright so you can actually see it. It's called the Queen of Scepters. Okay. She's the one with the Black Panther, the kitty cat. The meow meow. Got a good laugh from my son. So, yeah. So, anyways, the Hermit is the lone wolf, basically, the nocturnal individual who likes to be off by himself, studying, practicing. He's not afraid to live by his own code. And the meow meows, he likes the kitties. We're looking to get him a dog too, but that's probably going to be down the road. So the Hermit is accompanied by the red-eyed wolf. Wolves are loyal. They are full of wisdom, but they are also lone wolves and pack hunters. Okay. Now, the fact that you have 6 skulls, the Mercury astrological sign, and a, I guess you can call it a protector or gargoyle on top of it, watching over everything as he's walking by. The hermit represents individualism. It represents the individual within solitary moments. A lot of things in this case indicate that most people have an issue being by themselves, which is why they herd themselves into circles, even if they don't relate or really get along with those type of individuals. It's more of wanting to be a part of something. In this case, it's really going good. You know, you're going down the right foothold, either off by yourself, working on a new book, perhaps working in your grimoire, your studies, your practices. Perhaps it's even something to do with your family life. Okay. Maybe when you get off work, you like to, go out into the woods, kind of just take in nature by yourself. Somewhere, something along that lines. The fact that it's really about Mercury, the retrograde, be it the waning, the full, or even the waning aspects of that planetary alignment, really tells me the fact that it's really about conquering your fears. It's about conquering who you are and coming to terms with the sorcerer or sorceress within you. Okay. A lot of things within magical texts, such as grimoires or scrolls, going back all the way to Sanskrit, the Dead Sea Scrolls, really provide a context of individuality. They they really indicate the solitary practices, not being distracted by family or friends, which is why most sages or mages, wizards, witches, or warlocks really don't have families. When you practice, it's best to keep your mind, your eye on the ball, so to speak. And this is what the hermit is. It's the lone wolf aspect. It's about going off in your own way, dealing with who you are and what you're trying to accomplish. When you take an oath in your magical practices, it is that solitary communion, because most of the path, especially the left-hand path, that of the dark sorcerer, the black magician, or the dark practitioners, or any form of practitioner, really separates you from the herd. And you end up mostly being alone unless you're lucky enough to find somebody that goes along with you and respects your choices like you respect theirs. Okay. Now, the Queen of Knives is more, it's really a not only just a feminine card, but it's more of the loyalty, the responsibility, the duty type aspects of sitting on a throne. The raven, the bird of wisdom. A raven can also bring forth, how should I say this, souls between realms. Okay. But mostly they're known as wisdom givers. They bring wisdom and share wisdom with the practitioner. Now, the fact that she's holding a bloody knife, one knife, and she's wearing white, really indicates purity, but also that ability for becoming Finkel. The colors of the throne, the background, the spiral of the design indicates cosmic. intelligence, the wisdom, the knowledge, the divine spark within any consciousness. Okay. And on top of that, you also have the all-seeing eye, which is very interesting because the eye is, depending on which aspect it is. Okay. See, if it's the left eye, it's the evil eye. If it's the right eye, it's the all-seeing. Okay. And in this case, it's basically the all-seeing eye. Okay. And it's mixed in with that spiral, as I said, with the lines going outward, which tells me that it's astrological. It's based in the universal aspect, which means the wisdom's coming in. But you also got to take into consideration that there's also the crossroads or the T. Okay, the T is also associated with a cross, and the cross throughout occultism has been really a divine thing, from the Solomonic keys to the clavicle of Solomon to that of the Kabbalah, even Hermeneutics, even. And when you mix in astrology, hey Jay, what's going on, man? And then there's CF. Welcome to the channel. There's really that crossroad, the T aspect of making that decision, going left or going right, depending on what you're seeking, what's going on in your life. It's really tying in with the cosmos. So I would recommend that you pay attention, even meditate upon what's going on in your life. Namely because of the fact that this type of aspect rarely comes along in a single reading. Okay. Not only the Hermit that goes along with it, but also you got the Queen of Knives. So you got the masculine and the feminine going on here. Now, the fact that you got two queens in a single reading, okay, this is what I'm talking about when I say it's rare. Because of the fact that on one hand, you have the Hermit telling you to be the individual, to become solitary. On the other hand, you're talking responsibility. You're talking about the divine cosmic wisdom. Okay. But here's the thing, the last card is in shadow aspect, and it's the Queen of Scepters. Okay. Cats utilize wisdom, but here's the thing, cats are also known as the guardians of the underworld. They're loyal to Bastet. Okay. And a lot of great gods, such as, let's say, for an example, Belial, okay, gives excellent familiars. Mephistopheles can also do it. But there's a lot of others that are able to give you great familiars. And the funny thing is that when we're talking the underworld, the shadow aspects, okay, you're dealing with that seduction of the darkness. And a lot of people, when they come into the left-hand path or the dark aspects of magic or the sorcery, the practices, are really getting seduced by it. It's not that they get seduced that is the issue. It's the fact that it overcomes them and they're not properly prepared for it. The fact that this individual, this card, also has a cross in it. This cross here is also, I'm going to show it to you one more time. Okay, so you can see it. See if I can't get a better, I don't know if you can see it pretty good, but you can see right there the type of cross it is. Okay, notice how the cat is reaching out. The lady kind of lounging in that seductive state. Scepters are a magical tool, much like a staff, a wand, an athame. Okay? The fact that cats are also familiars, much like the hellhounds are associated with Hecate, the goddess of witchcraft, ghosts, the underworld, justice, and necromancy. Okay. Bastet, on the other hand, has cats. Okay. She rules as a queen. All right. Much like Hathor. Okay. But in this case, it's more of the dark, seductive aspects. In this case, she's really deciding to seduce. It's more about that seducing, it's that reaching. So this card really is more of a future card. Okay. So in this case, the overall reading between all three of these cards is this. You know where you've been, you know what you've done in your life and through your sorcery, your magics, all the way up until this point. Okay. So the past has basically prepared you for this. All right. It is not just something that is needed, but it is also something that is required of every mage and sage, wizard, witch, warlock. Okay. Even necromancers are required to be alone during these rituals, these rites, these moments of trials and tests. The Queen of Knives literally is telling you responsibility. Remember your oaths, your duty. Okay. But the Queen of Knives is now in the present. Okay. So the choices you make and the wisdom that you utilize today is what's going to define tomorrow. The Queen of Scepters being in the future position really doesn't matter as much. And this is why. Okay. When we're talking past, present, and future, the choices that you make this day with whatever's going on in your life, be it financial, be it corporate or business, be it even family, okay? You really want to sit down, you want to isolate yourself, you want to contemplate upon what you're doing, all right? What are you seeking personally? And make the best decision that you can do, okay? Not just for today or this time, but you can constantly do readings daily, okay, to help you focus on your objective and what you're seeking to do. All right. So just because the Queen of Scepters is in shadow form today, 2 days from now, it could be in light aspect. Okay. Or you may, depending if you make the wrong choices, it can turn more cards into shadow aspect. But it's really not about making right choices and wrong, right choice and wrong choice. It's more about trying to make the best out of what you're going through, your situation. Don't let something that is on your mind, don't let it, you know, overcome you. Because that's what the darkness does. That's what any type of topic that becomes an obsession will do. It'll overcompass you. It will surround you. It will go through you, and you will lose sight of your objective. So really contemplate on what you're doing. Meditate on it. Remember your oaths, your duty, your word, okay? And just make a decision. Remember the T, okay? Left or right. That is the big thing within any form of knowledge. You have the knowledge at your fingertips. Utilize it, okay? Find the best path to get you to where you want to be. All right. And Jay Walker, I do readings all the time, either on Facebook or here, but I can also do them personally for individuals. All right. So if you're interested in having a personal reading, I do readings for $15. Okay. These are personal readings for you. Okay. For the client. And they are full blown readings. All right. Now, with that said, I hope this reading has helped those of you who are seeking guidance and wisdom. I'm going to start doing these more often, probably once or twice a week, in between the lessons that I put forth and the topics that I'm discussing. All right. So, with that said, if you have any questions, feel free to post them here or through Facebook. You can find me on either one. I will get back to you. All right. Have a good night, and until next time.